I am Arina. Today we introduce active protection systems, often called the last shield of modern tanks, and we explain how
Modern threats arrive faster and from more angles, so tanks increasingly rely on layered protection beyond passive armor. An active protection system is designed to detect an incoming anti-armor threat and respond before impact to increase survivability.
APS is not a replacement for armor. It is another layer that reduces the chance a threat ever reaches the hull.
APS comes in two broad categories. Soft kill disrupts or hides a tank from guided threats, while hard kill physically intercepts a threat close to the vehicle.
Soft kill systems aim to break the attacker's view or guidance, buying time and reducing the chance of a clean lock.
Some soft kill approaches confuse sensors or guidance paths, turning a precise threat into an uncertain one. Hard kill APS is the last second layer, designed to stop a threat just before it reaches the tank.
APS starts with detection, because you cannot defeat what you do not sense in time.
Next is tracking, where the system determines direction, speed, and whether the object is actually a danger.
Then comes the decision stage, where the system chooses if and when to respond, because unnecessary firing wastes limited countermeasures. Finally, APS responds, either by obscuring the tank or by launching a defensive countermeasure to neutralize the incoming threat.
Coverage matters, because modern threats can arrive from multiple directions, especially in complex terrain.
Radar often provides the earliest warning, detecting fast objects and feeding the system the time-critical data it needs.
Optical and infrared sensors can support radar, improving classification and confidence in difficult conditions. When sensors agree, the system reacts faster and more reliably, which is the core advantage of fusion. Many systems aim to conserve countermeasures by not firing when a tracked object is predicted to miss.
APS must consider safety envelopes, because defensive effects occur close to the vehicle and demand disciplined spacing.
Urban terrain increases clutter and angles, so identification and safe response become more complicated. In open terrain can give APS cleaner detection and more time to react, strengthening the last shield effect.
The hardest moments involve multiple simultaneous threats, because countermeasure capacity and timing become decisive. APS is powerful but not infinite. Countermeasures are limited and must be managed like precious seconds of safety.
APS increases survivability most when crews understand its strengths, limits, and the discipline it demands.
A tank survives by teamwork, situational awareness, movement, cover, and APS working together as one system.
Many APS concepts also feed situational awareness, helping crews identify where danger might originate.
Real environments create false cues, so the system must filter noise, and the crew must trust procedures, not panic.
Sensor cleanliness and calibration matter, because a last shield is only as good as what it can see.
APS needs power, computing, and integration space, so vehicle design increasingly plans for it from the start.
Adding APS can change weight, balance, and profile, which affects mobility, handling, and overall vehicle design choices.
After any use, the system must reset and eventually reload, which is why logistics and training are part of survivability.
In clear daylight, sensing and tracking can be at their best, but the system still must judge real threats correctly. Dust, smoke, and clutter challenge sensors, which is why multi-sensor approaches and robust filtering matter.
At night, the last shield depends heavily on sensors and disciplined movement, because visibility is limited for everyone.
Modern protection emphasizes all-around awareness, including attention to upper angles that can be critical in complex environments.
Soft kill is often the first move, reducing exposure while the crew repositions to a safer angle.
Hard kill is the final move, used when the system determines the threat is on a collision path and time is minimal.
APS does not make a vehicle invincible. It reduces risk and buys survival chances, but tactics and teamwork still decide outcomes.
The true value is human. APS is built to keep crews alive and vehicles operational when seconds matter. Many modern programs add APS because it offers a measurable survivability layer without redesigning the entire vehicle from scratch.
I am Arina. At the midpoint, remember this. APS is a fast decision machine. It senses, tracks.
APS works best when crews trust procedures, because confusion wastes time, and time is what APS tries to save. Coordination matters, because APS effects occur near the tank, so safe spacing and communication reduce risk to friendlies.
Integration with vehicle systems can share threat direction and improve the crew's awareness, turning defense into faster reaction.
Because countermeasures are limited, discipline is part of survivability, and that is a mindset shift for crews. APS credibility comes from testing, where detection reliability and safe response behavior are evaluated under controlled conditions.
Survivability also means enduring repeated danger, which pushes APS toward faster reset and smarter selection. Weather changes the sensor picture, so resilient performance in rain and haze is part of real-world value.
In cluttered environments, APS must avoid misclassification, because a wrong decision is costly even in training.
When stress rises, automation can help, but crews still need calm decision-making to use the last shield wisely. A defensive system is only valuable if it can be maintained, repaired, and returned to service when conditions are harsh. APS adds cost and complexity, but it can also reduce catastrophic loss, which changes the entire value calculation. Standardization and integration practices matter, because fleets operate for decades and upgrades must stay coherent. APS influences design philosophy, pushing modern tanks towards sensor-ready layouts and smarter protection packages.
The best protection is layered. Avoid detection, reduce lock quality, absorb what hits, and stop what can be stopped.
Passive armor still matters, because APS is not guaranteed and not always available in every moment.
Movement and cover reduce exposure time, and APS is strongest when combined with smart positioning.
Warning time is everything, because even advanced systems need moments to confirm, predict, and respond safely. Because APS is powerful, its use is governed by discipline and restraint, ensuring safety and avoiding needless expenditure.
The last shield is a promise of one more chance, a defensive heartbeat that can turn disaster into survival.
Future APS trends push towards smarter sensing, better classification, and faster decision-making under clutter and weather. Integration trends aim to share threat cues across vehicles, improving awareness and reducing reaction delay.
More automation must still include human control, because the last shield has to fit the mission and the environment.
Modern battlefields introduce new threat categories, so APS evolution focuses on broader detection and more flexible responses.
Resupply is not always immediate, so commanders must think about APS readiness over time, not just in one moment.
Repeatable drills teach crews how to position, space, and respond, making APS a predictable tool rather than a mystery.
The best crews combine APS with cover and smart posture, minimizing exposure and maximizing reaction time.
APS can increase confidence, but the best units avoid overconfidence, because survivability is still a discipline.
The last shield is strongest when it supports good habits, not when it replaces caution and tactical movement.
Soft kill reduces guidance quality by hiding or confusing, making it harder for a threat to arrive accurately.
Hard kill aims to stop the threat just before impact, turning a near-certain hit into a survivable moment. This is the million-view angle, a slow orbit that makes the sensor ring feel like a technological crown of protection.
A sunset smoke frame looks dramatic while staying educational, showing soft kill as atmosphere and function.
At night, the sensors look alive, emphasizing that modern protection begins with awareness before anything else.
APS is time converted into survival, because it forces a threat to fail before it reaches the armor.
APS is one layer in a larger survival system,
and the strongest results come when every layer supports the others. APS demands discipline in spacing, maintenance, and crew confidence, because a last shield must be used responsibly. The future points towards smarter protection that reacts faster, classifies better, and integrates more deeply with the vehicle.
This final image sells the concept: sensors and steel together, where awareness becomes the last shield.
Active protection systems increase survivability by detecting, deciding, and responding before impact, turning modern.
I am Irina. APS is the last shield because it turns sensors, logic, and countermeasures into